Hey guys, this is Scotty.
And I'm Austin.
And we're from the band To Breathe Again, and today we're going to be talking about the PTU 5200 by Phenyx Pro. So our friends over at Phenyx Pro were nice enough to send us these bad boys. These are, like I said, the PTU 5200 wireless microphones. There are 4 microphone transmitters, plus the 1 receiver unit, and we were able to use these at a show over this past weekend, and we're going to tell you what we think about them.
So, these are very nice. I typically use a Shure microphone, which is, if you've ever used a Shure, it's a lot heavier, I've noticed, than these are. These are pretty light. They have a casing under here that comes off, so you got your battery compartment and whatnot and the antenna. They also have this interesting little cap thing, which I find fascinating, and you'll see in the video I took my cap off because I'm a weird aesthetics guy, and I like seeing the antenna. That's just a thing. But yeah, these were I've noticed that these were a little lighter than the Shure, which is what I'm used to, but sleek design. I dropped mine and nothing happened to it, so they're definitely durable. And I didn't notice any dropout issues or anything like that. These we have 200 feet, right?
150? We'll double check the specs and we'll post it on the screen.
So yeah, we didn't notice any issues with them.
I will say they are very sensitive to gain. We leave our receiver unit with just the gain knobs all set flat.
Yeah.
And they come through real loud. We'll do a sound comparison towards the end of the video between one of these and his Shure SM57 Beta wireless, whatever the hell it's called.
So prepared.
We are. But yeah, overall, like, for a less than $300 set of, vocal mics, I couldn't be happier with these.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, Phenyx Pro did send us these. However, we are not obligated to say good things about them. All they asked was for an honest review.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we didn't pay for these, but we are given, full control over what we think about them. Now we can jump into the fun stuff and do a little highlight reel of us using the mics, and then we'll get into the sound shootout.
Sounds good. All right, so this is the Shure Beta 58 SLXD2. For the moments that I wish I could take back, I'd take back the one that ever gave you a chance. For the demons that I ever had to deal with, my constant craving you would make the top of that list. Finally moving on. Finally had enough of every broken promise in this desperate endeavor for love. The one thing that I wish I had never done is give you the one chance to fuck it up. Lightning strikes, then proceeds to course through my veins to stop my brain. I try to fight back, but there's no time left. Lightning strikes, then proceeds to course through my veins to stop my brain. All right, this is the Phenyx Pro wireless microphone. For the moments that I wish I could take back, I take back the one that ever gave you a chance. For the demons that I ever had to deal with, my constant craving you would make the top of that list. Finally moving on, finally had enough of every broken promise in this desperate endeavor for love. The one thing that I wish I had never done is give you the one chance to fuck it up. In strikes, then proceeds to course through my veins to stop my brain. I try to fight back, but there's no time left. In strikes, then proceeds to course through my veins to stop my brain.
So I think it's safe to say that the Phenyx Pro microphones are, really, really good microphones for the price. They're loud. They have a little bit more bass response than the Shure mic, which could be a good or bad thing. On the good thing, it, makes you sound fatter, but it also is a little bit more susceptible to plosives like those sounds, as you heard in the audio clips. But yeah, overall, I would highly recommend these microphones, and we're gonna continue using them and to breathe again for sure. Speaking of Shure, Austin is probably still gonna stick with his Shure Beta 58, but he has his Phenyx as a backup, and there's literally no regrets or doubts or anything about using that.
For sure.
Any thoughts from you?
I like them. They were great. As someone who's not very tech savvy, it really, doesn't matter kind of what I use, but even as tech savvy as I am not, just there's a certain feel that comes with picking up a microphone or picking up really any piece of gear. Obviously this is kind of, holds a lot of I put a lot of my aesthetic and kind of get a little bit of power out of it, but using the Phenyx microphone still felt fantastic. It provided a unique kind of feel that kind of I guess inspires my performance in a different way. So they were great, and I mean from a noob's standpoint, audio wise, I didn't really notice anything that struck me as odd or struck me as bad.
Yeah, and in those audio clips there's no post-processing. All I did was make their volumes about the same, they were recorded through the same interface, the same channel on the interface with the same gain. The only thing that I did in post was, like I said, turn the volume up so that it matched the rest of the video. And then if there's any overall audio production on the video for the talky parts, then that'll of course be on there as well, any compression or limiting or anything.
Yeah.
But it's all the same across the board. There's no special individual post done to either of the microphone signals.
Yeah.
So
yeah, using this mic was great. I do like having a button, a mute
the button is real nice.
That is real. Yeah, it is something I actually really do like about these
microphones. We forgot to mention are kind of unique.
Yeah.
In that, so you have your power button, which let me go ahead and turn this on.
Yeah.
Yep. See, now it's on. So to turn it off, you don't hit the button. If you hit the button, it mutes the microphone, but it stays on. And then you hit it again to unmute. To turn it off, you actually have to hold the button.
Yeah.
And then it says off.
Yeah, that is one nice thing, because I tend to, especially when we go back to do our show circles and whatnot, I tend to turn my mic off just so that we're not disrupting the track or whatever that's playing. If we're not on stage doing it, which we didn't really have a chance to do that with at our show. But because we weren't able to run our tracks, so we were just all right, fuck it, let's just start. But yeah, I mean weight wise, I feel like the Shure's a little heavier, just because it's a little more, solid and contained, whereas this one has a lot of air
Yeah,
going out through it.
but it is a metal casing.
Yeah, metal casing feels great. I do some weird like microphone tricks, and by that I mean that's literally the only trick I do. So that wasn't a super big deal compared to with my shirt. But yeah, yeah, it's super rugged, like I said earlier in the video. That I appreciate because I tend to kind of slash around a lot. So yeah, like for the money, these things are pretty fantastic.
For sure. So there will
Sure.
be a link in the description to where you can pick up your set of Phenyx Pro PTU 5200 microphones. The unit that we bought doesn't have the rack mount, so we had to buy a rack shelf. But there is an available version with the rack mount ears.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as the other Phenyx Pro products like the PTU 7000, which is just the higher end version of this.
Yep.
This does have some features that the 7000 doesn't. Like, the 7000 doesn't have the mute feature.
Really
Really.
interesting.
But
I didn't look that far ahead.
it's not an affiliate link by
No,
any means.
no, we don't-
Our
we don't
only
get paid for it.
compensation is we get to keep the mics.
Yep.
But thank you so much for watching. Like I said, we are To Breathe Again, at least half of it.
Half of it.
And yeah, we hope to see you back. Come out to a show.